this is how I would get it.
Something there has always been pissing me off.
It is now official. Sony has succeeded.
And how can this be? For he is the 7th level!
That's all that matters. That is all that matters to us.
This is not a laughable situation.
Yeah, it was that bad. I'm tripping. I'm tripping right now.
That's the point.
That's bad. That's some bad shit. Hey guys, 7th here. Before we get to the meat of this video, how'd you like the new intro? How'd you like the new music on the new intro? That represents 6 months of work with me and my best friend, J.A. Allen, on guitar. If you want to hear the whole thing, it's at the end of the video. Shout out should also go to The Truth Setting You Free, aka The Truth Be Told Show. He's the one that made all the animated graphics and everything for that video. I think it really shows off what he can do. Don't you agree? I do have one more shout out to give. This one is long time coming. Real quick before we get into the meat. Hellhound 30X. Last Christmas I wanted to do something special for my kid 8th. He had a project at school where they had to create their own superhero. 8th came up with a character called Factor 5. He was this former scientist that got caught in an explosion, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden when he comes to, he can control tornadoes. Make big tornadoes fly through them, shoot them at people, all that kind of stuff. And knowing the talent that Hellhound has, I said, hey, would you be willing to draw a mock-up #1 cover for Factor 5? Thinking, you know, just a little thing. And, well, there's no other way to put it, really, so I'm just going to show it to you. This is what I got in the mail from Hellhound 30X. Look at this beast! Look at the detail on this thing. Look at that. It even says, up in the corner, 8th Comics. Look at that shit. The fact that this guy ain't drawing for an indie comic, or even better, Marvel or someone like that, it's a fucking crime. If any of you guys that watch my shit, and I know this is unlikely, but any of you that watch my shit has any kind of connections to any kind of comic book companies, you know, Dark Horse, whatever, whoever's out there nowadays, I've been out of it for a long time, as you can tell. Let them see this shit. Look at this. It's fucking phenomenal. Anyway, on to the topic at hand. You know, it's no fucking surprise to me that MLD has abandoned YouTube and has run back to his forums, this time on the VGChartz forums. That doesn't surprise me at all, especially in light of the news that came out this week. Even though we already knew this months ago, VGChartz has finally come out and acknowledged the fact that the PS3 has outsold the 360. They announced it this week. This was the last string that MLD was holding on to right there. I told him 3 years ago that this system would outsell the 360 before this generation was out, before the new consoles came out, before you saw Xbox One or PS4, the PS3 would outsell it. Once again, who's got two fucking thumbs and is always right? This motherfucker right here! So come on, let's see what you spin this time, MLD. I mean, if I were in your shoes, I probably would have run off to a 4-on-2. No, scratch that, wait. No, I wouldn't have, because I got balls! Meanwhile, look at Microsoft. They're so fucking ass hurt over the fail of their little reveal of the Xbox One, they're blocking comments on their videos now. You want to talk about fucking damage control, and then you got this pure, unadulterated bullshit about how they're going to improve the graphical performance of the Xbox One using the cloud. My ass! The system would act as a bottleneck. The fact that only 1% of the fucking country has internet that's even fast enough to support that kind of shit. It's bullshit, people. You are not going to be able to improve textures and improve frame rate, processing shit through the cloud and sending it real time to the system. And even if you could, the PS4 has Gaikai. They can stream the entire game to your system. They just upgrade their shit, and then you've got next-gen graphics, and it's not being processed by the fucking system at all if you have the internet connection to support it, which only 1% of this country does. There's still over 40 million people in this country that don't have internet at all, and they're going to outdo the performance of the PS4 using cloud service. This is spin doctoring. This is damage control to try to doctor up the fact that they have a weaker system than the PS4. And here they can't make up their minds on whether they're going to offer and support used games or they're not. You got Harrison saying that people are going to have to pay a fee to activate it on another system. And then you've got other people saying, no, that's not true. What's going to happen is that when it's when it's put into a new system, it deactivates it on the old one. So you'll still be able to go trade your games in, you just won't be able to play that disc again without repurchasing it. Make up your goddamn minds. I think it's interesting that Sony is responding so positively to the people that are having the no DRM on PS4 campaign. I'm not saying they're not going to have some form of it. The only thing that they've actually come out and stated was that they were going to leave it up to the developers whether they wanted to do that or not, which to me sounds like just your standard online pass. You know, if you buy it used, you got to pay to play online bullshit that we put up with through half this gen anyway. But it's just one misstep after the next, after the next, after the next, and to top it all off, they get up on stage at that reveal and they say, 360, the top-selling current-gen console, the industry's leader in sales. Well, one, the Wii outsold you, and now two, the PS3 sold you. So guess what? According to MLD's own terminology, you, Microsoft, are the bitch of the industry. Aren't you glad, son? I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the music. This is 7th.
That's bad. That's some bad shit.